Welcome to Art Talk Tuesday, everyone. I know it's been a while since you've seen a video from me. I haven't been doing much creating, but I'm back on the wagon now, back on the wheel, ready to pump some stuff out. Got two more pieces to show you. So I've got this diptych here, and then next week you'll get another video from me on the acrylic piece that I've completed, and then you'll have another video from me coming out shortly after that. I've got another piece I'm working on, so I'm back on the wheel. The creative juices are churning, and I'm ready to kind of talk to you and show you what I've been working on. So this week we have a piece. It's a diptych, which means that there are two parts. There's in die, try, exactly. They call it diptych, and usually a traditional diptych would either be two panels that would make up one whole image if put together, or it would be like a panorama view of something, a long wide view, and maybe half would be on one panel and half would be on the other. This is the diptych, my own interpretation, also because what we're looking at is one side and the other side. So we'll talk about that more in depth in just a second. So this piece is a diptych. It's entitled Piercing the Veil, A, Piercing the Veil, B. So overall, just piercing the veil. The approximate size of this matted and framed, you see it's ready to go if you were interested in the original. It's 16 inches wide by 43 inches high. Like I said, it's already matted and framed, ready for you to go. I also have prints available on the website ready for you, so you can order the prints singly. But if you're going to buy the original, you have to buy the two pieces together. Approximate value for these two pieces matted framed is $1,600, so that's available for you. And then I have prints on this ranging, I think, starting from about $45 a piece on up, and that's for either one. If you want to order the two together, email me directly at info@damonpowell.com. I'll be happy to talk about giving you some kind of discount for doing that if you're going to get the two together in prints. Having said all that, let's jump in and talk about what is this image about. Piercing the Veil is about exactly what it says, this whole idea, this notion of touching the supernatural. As we engage in acts of prayer, acts of meditation, whether it be moving meditation, whether it be formal sitting meditation, whether they be prayer on your knees, or just the outpouring of the heart to God, as we begin to engage in these acts, we do, I believe, pierce through the veil that separates the spiritual from the non-spiritual, the spiritual from the physical. Many people talk about different levels of vibration, but there has to be some kind of point, some kind of still point, if you will. I think in the Catholic or Protestant tradition, mostly not Protestant, Catholic tradition, they might refer to this whole idea as the notion of purgatory. This point in between where you make this transition from one way of being completely into the other. And so these two do interpenetrate each other, but at some point we also have to completely break through. And when we engage in these acts of prayer meditation, we are actually piercing through the veil. However, momentarily, only briefly, but we are experiencing what I would say is an infinitesimal microfraction of divine power, of divine goodness, of divine grace. And we touch into that. And it's almost as if our souls are reaching up. That which is deep within us is reaching up or reaching out and piercing through. As you can see here in this one, A, it looks like it would be the view from the spiritual side. And you see this piercing, this breaking through of this hand or these fingers, just enough to break through so that you can see them and to touch or sense that there's something more, there's something else on the other side. And so these shapes here are actually ripples, as if one was sticking their hand into a pond. If you ever notice how someone will stick their hand or their fingers into a pond, the ripples come outward, they ripple forward. And these ripples are going out into eternity. They're made up of our acts, our thoughts, our deeds, our emotions, all these things that accompany us as we break through to this other side. And so they ripple out. Everything has an effect. And that's kind of what this idea about these ripples are going for, in through time and eternity. Because what we do matters. We may not think it does, because we may feel that our lives or other things about our existence are insignificant, unimportant, but everything matters. That's one of the reasons why I love that movie, It's a Beautiful Life. If you've ever seen that old Christmas movie black and white. I wish they would do some kind of real color remake of that movie. There have been some kind of not so good versions, but they weren't based around the whole idea of Christmas and that type of thing. So anyway, I've diversed, getting back on track. So here we have this idea of piercing this veil. If we're looking at it this way, this might be us reaching out, reaching through, looking at the hand as it is going through, touching somewhere, touching something, touching higher, touching that which is beyond our physical ability to completely grasp. The Bible talks about this whole notion a lot, particularly talking about as we see through a glass dimly, and one day we will see and be fully seen. We will be known as we are fully known. And so that's what this piece is about, this idea of touching these veils. And so you as the viewer in this get to decide, which perspective are you looking from? Are you looking from this perspective where you are the one breaking through, or are you experiencing these moments as you touch through to the other side? So you get to decide. Hope you enjoyed this brief discussion about this piece. Look out for another one next week on the acrylic painting that I've completed. And I won't say anything now. I'll just let you check out the video. God bless you. Be well. Peace.